Hello and welcome back to Redirecting. First of all, I would like to say thank you to Sister Cece for sharing this story with me. But it is with great sadness that I am informing those of you who haven't heard yet and those who watch this channel that the father of Tatiana Jefferson has died. You don't have to know a person to feel sympathy or compassion for them in their situation. For those of you who aren't aware of who Tatiana Jefferson is, she is the young lady who police entered into her home and shot her while she was playing a video game with her nephew. It was just a wellness check. A neighbor just called to see if everything was okay because he saw her door open. So there was no report of a crime of any kind, but the policeman, he got there and he pulled the trigger, and Tatiana Jefferson lost her life. She was killed. Now, in my opinion, something such as this could have very well triggered the death of her father. A lot of people don't understand how stress works. It's very possible that he would still be alive if he wasn't dealing with the stress of losing his daughter. Okay? And so that makes it even more sad and difficult to deal with, the fact that he could possibly still be alive if this tragedy didn't happen to his child. And so for that reason, this is why we all must really look after one another and pray for one another and be there for one another in times like these. It really, really saddened me to hear this news, to look in this father's eyes when he talked about his daughter, how hurt he was, and who wouldn't be? Who wouldn't be hurt? Especially in a situation that could have been prevented. Such a tragedy. And now here he is. Not too much time has gone by, just about a month, give or take a few days, he is gone, away from us as well, having had a heart attack. I hope that the wind is not interfering with the audio on this video too much, but I just thought I would share this brief update with you all. He hasn't even gotten a chance to see justice served in this case. And I'm pretty sure as the days went on, people move on. Others move on. For some people, Tatiana Jefferson was just another story or another headline that we were all dealing with. And it's not that I'm saying that you should focus and dwell there in that place. But I do believe that we as a people have to be fully aware that these things are happening constantly and that we cannot afford to let our guards down. These are not just stories. These are not just news events that happen that we talk about and we share and then we move on. We have to proceed with power, the power of prayer, consecration, and understanding of how to navigate through this present environment that we're living in. How do we navigate through all of this? How do we deal with the pressures of all of this? How do we redirect our thoughts, our minds, and our focus on how to deal with situations such as this? How do we prevent these things? I've talked about before in another video, and maybe I will do something specific to this particular thing, but we need to stop calling those who have no care for us. I know that they are law enforcement, but we need to start calling within our own communities. If there are situations such as this, where you believe something is going on at a person's house, we should be able to call appointed people within our own communities that will come and tend to the situation where no one has to lose their life in such a tragic way. Because these stresses will continue to happen as long as we are not trying to solve our own issues. As long as we continue to call the very people who are trigger happy when it comes to us, we're going to keep hearing these stories. But when there are things happening in our communities, we as a people need to learn how to deal with them on our own. And I know with all of the money that circulates in the so-called black community, if we cared enough, we would make some type of moves in these directions. But right now, I don't think we care enough, and this is why we're going to continue to see things like this happen. Well, again, condolences to the family of Tatiana Jefferson and her father. And let us pray that they can make it through this time and that shalom can soon be established within their homes during this tough time, during this very tragic situation. I just want you all to know, family, that I love you dearly. I want you to be careful and prayerful, okay? And with that, I will say shalom.